Good morning, good day, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Tim Watts. I'm an annuity sales director over here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Super excited. We've got Core Bridge and their Power Select Income, as well as several different ways to position this product. Before we jump into this amazing product, I did want to introduce Terica Novak and Reggie Washington. They're joining me from Core Bridge as well today. Before we kick it over to them, I do have some important information to share about who we are at IAMS and a quick highlight of why the agents that we work with love working with our team. There's going to be a chance for questions as well as several different polls throughout this presentation today. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate to put those in the questions box of this GoToWebinar. We'll get those answered for you at the end. And when we have those polls, we'd love your participation. One of the first things I want to highlight today is when you call in at 800-255-5055, you're never going to have to hit a dial by name directory. Your phone call is going to be picked up by a real live person, typically in our Topeka or Omaha locations. We're going to get that phone answered for you in a couple of the 3 rings as well. That's a great way to start off the relationship because we want to be super receptive to your needs and make sure that nothing gets lost in an voicemail box when somebody's in Tahiti for 3 weeks. Our new producer builders are for those of you who are new to us over here at IAMS. We just talked this morning in our sales meeting, and Steve said we need to get more people utilizing these new producer builders. I'm excited to have that direction. As you can see on here, there are several different levels at which you can qualify, as low as $100,000 in FIA production. Now we have some huge rewards at that $1 million level, including around $8,000 that we could put towards multiple seminars, a plethora of preset appointments, or we can do customized marketing for you as well. These new producer builders are designed to put marketing into your business as you start up with us, so we can continue to fill that pipeline and get you in front of more clients. And we do that with help funding some of those. Another business builders program that we provide for our agents is our referred producer program. I do see a couple advisors on us today that do talk to me on a quarterly basis to see what check they have coming to them. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field, and that is one of the best leads we could ever obtain is a referral from one of our very valued producers. We do want to make it extremely lucrative for you. So when they do get signed up and contracted with a carrier, we're going to send you a $50 thank you check. Now, where the real money comes in is as they write business, you're going to get an override on that. Our ownership team, Steve, Charles, Curtis, and Chris signs checks for thousands of dollars every quarter. If you can think of anybody that would benefit from doing business with us, please put their information in that questions box or send me an email at timw@IAMS Inc. with that information, and I will give them a call today. Below that is our marketing reimbursement program, which is our most popular program that we offer. For every $100,000 in FIA premium, you're going to get $100 into your marketing reimbursement account. Why this is so popular and lucrative for our advisors is we truly do consider this to be your money. So you're going to have the flexibility on what services, when, and who you use these funds with. We don't tell you the vendors that you have to use, but we do have recommended vendors that we've partnered with and leveraged reduced rates and preferred service. We also have our creative team to create a marketing strategy and provide in-house services. If you'd like to know how much is in your marketing balance, give your sales director a call today. Back office support. This is another way that we add value to your business. This is a core of IAMS and how Charlie Hearing founded us over 36 years ago. We want to help the independent advisor work smarter, not harder. We're going to do that with great business building tools and resources. Of course, advanced case design assistance is something that we help out with. We're going to get you those illustrations kicked back to you. We guarantee 24 hours, but our illustration team is rocking and rolling. Typically, we're going to get that back to you within an hour or 2. Submission to commission support is handled by our new business teams. Mackenzie heads up the annuity team, and Michelle heads up the life side. They have fantastic teams who work tirelessly to help get you commissioned quicker. We're going to scrub your application, submit them on your behalf, do the administrative tracking, getting you updates along the way. We do this to ensure you get commissioned as quickly as possible. This is a service that we provide to our valued producers and how we can help you grow your business by keeping you in front of clients while our team handles the back office support for you. Working with a full service IMO like IAMS allows you to put our new business team to work without putting them on your payroll. So it's a great value add. Let us do that work for you so you can stay in front of those clients and make it rain. Our website is a great tool for our producers to use, and another great reason to work with us over here at IAMS. Once you're contracted, you're going to have full access to everything that you see on this slide and so much more. If you haven't registered for the website, it's very simple to do. When we're done with this, go ahead and go ahead and create an account. We'd love to see you on there. We do have a lot of great resources available for you, including illustration tools, online forms, product grids, and product news. Next, we've got our e-app solutions. I want to highlight Luma on this. We rolled to Luma a few months ago. What this is going to be able to give our agents is when you submit business, then we're going to have a real-time feed from the client or from the carrier on contract information. So you don't have to worry about calling carrier XYZ, being on hold for 15 minutes and not getting the right information. You can simply log into our website where you already submitted that e-app through Firelight, click in Luma, and it's going to show you all of the contracts that you've written with us. One thing to note, we've onboarded about 7 to 8 different carriers on there. We work with over 45, so this is going to be a project for us here for a couple of months, but we're super excited about how this is going to make it even easier for you to not only submit business, but also work that business and be the best resource for your clients possible. Our creative services, another area that separates us from many of those other IMOs in the industry. We've got a full in-house creative team that can help your practice. A lot of the items that we've created are turnkey and available for you. We can simply put your information on there and get it out there. If you haven't created a logo, Agency Solutions is an expertise for our team. We can also create full customized branding for you that will help your agency grow. This is going to assist you with name recognition, which grows your natural market organically. Lastly, digital marketing solutions is a very popular topic around IAMS. We can help you with the website, social media marketing, email marketing, and more. The internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects go to for information. Making sure that you're accessible and represented in those marketing lanes is beneficial to growing your business. If you have questions on how being present in the social media space could help your business, definitely give one of your sales directors a call. We'd love to help you out with that. We've got our complimentary marketing analysis. What this is a multi-vertical marketing program designed specifically to help you hit and exceed those revenue goals. Doing the marketing analysis allows you to have balance in that it gives us a guideline or a roadmap of marketing strategies that we have you in. As we meet quarterly or more often if you'd like, we're going to make minor tweaks to those. So maybe one marketing strategy is getting a better impact, so we'll allocate more resources to that. We've got over 30 different marketing options that we can choose. Now, we never give you much more than probably 3 to 5 marketing strategies. Maybe for some agencies, we might get into that 6 or 7. But what we're going to do here is take those 30 plus different marketing options. We're going to gain an understanding of who you work best with and who you convert sales to more. We're not going to make you make you have to do what the marketing program is. We've got several different options for you so we can build that comprehensive and individualized specific marketing strategy for you. Just a couple more slides here before I turn it over to our friends over at Corebridge. We do have our IAMS Wealth Management, which is our own RIA. We founded this over 6 years ago. What we've done is grow IAMS Wealth Management very organically. We've helped advisors become IARs and pass the Series 65 at a very successful clip. Once we have you registered, we're going to bring some great value to your practice with incredibly competitive fee structures for both you and your clientele. We also have a great technology and investment platform. This has been a major growth sector of our business, as assets under management could be a major growth sector for your business as well. We'll be hosting our first academy, likely this April. This will be our first in-person academy, but prior to that, we're going to have a virtual academy this Wednesday, January 22nd. This will be from 11 Central to 4 p.m. We're going to have 4 great keynote speakers, including Rocky Blyer, who's a 4-time Super Bowl champion running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We also have Becky Swansberg coming over from Stonewood. She's a CEO, and she's going to be giving insights into potential changes that might be coming down the road now that we have an administration change for the president, as well as a lot of new members in Congress might have some different directions going forward. With that, I'm going to go ahead and launch our first poll, and that is, would you like some more information about our Life and Annuity Academy? Now, this could be both for that virtual one that's happening on January 22nd, as well as for the next in-person one. I'm going to give you about another 15, 20 seconds to vote here. I do appreciate, wow, we're getting lots of responses in. Thank you, everybody. That in-person one and the virtual one, there's no expense for that. These are all put on by IAMS, and we cover everything both for the virtual and the in-person one, and add a ton of value with around 20 presenters going over product highlights, sales strategies for annuities and life insurance, as well as marketing strategies that we're seeing some huge success with. Thank you, everybody who voted on that one. We got over 50%. Let's see if we can get over 75% on that next one. We do have our trek to Quebec. Now, qualifications is still going for this. Talked to a couple agents who thought that ended on December 31st. This is actually going through June 30th of 2025, and then you can see that August 3rd through 8th travel date to Quebec. We've also got another trip going on right now for Dominican Republic. That qualification started in October and goes through December of 2025. So sales over here with us at IAMS can qualify you for 2 trips, including a +1 to these. And guys, we do these up right. We had a couple of them over the last couple of years, and every agent that I've talked to has really enjoyed it. So if you and your significant other would like to get up to Quebec, give one of your sales directors a call. Lastly here, before I kick it over to Terica and Reggie, is definitely follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn. You're going to get lots of updates in there. I'm going to go ahead and change the presenter over here to Terica. So Terica, that's coming over to you right now. As she brings on the presentation for her and Reggie, just want to share, working with large carriers, and obviously Corebridge has been around for a while. Lots of money that they've worked over those years. Being able to have a trusted partner, multiple people, to get those wheels greased when we need something pushed through, to get that replacement review, to give us an idea. These are all things that make your guys' jobs easier, and working with the Corebridge family has been a huge success with us. So I just wanted to give that little highlight there, that not only are you going to see some fantastic features in this product, some great ways to where you can sell that with your clients, but also you're going to have that back-end support, not only from IAMS, with the IMO side, but also with Corebridge. So with that, Terica, Reggie, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Tim, for the introduction. And boy, am I excited for a brand new year with IAMS. You've got a lot of incentive with those trips, as well as opportunities to grow in annuity and life insurance with your academies. So very excited to hear about that, and opportunities, that ways that your agents can develop their business and grow, and also hopefully use Corebridge as well. So who is Corebridge? Corebridge is formerly known as AIG, one of the largest and most established providers of insurance products in the United States, with a history of over 100 years. So in 2022, though, AIG Life and Retirement, which is life and annuities, became Corebridge Financial. We began publicly trading in the New York Stock Exchange. We basically are just separated from the AIG Property and Casualty Company. Because of that separation, and we now have our own financials, we offer more competitive rates, renewals, and income riders. And we've maintained our same rating. We have the same people, same products, still A and A plus, and still very confidently paying over 50 billion claims every year. So with that, a little bit about Corebridge and what our history there is. Let's talk a little bit more about you. The opportunity for your business to develop and grow has been multiplied enormously. Why is that? Well, take a look at the peak 65 zone. 4.1 million Americans are turning age 65 per year, and it started in 2024. That's 11,200 people to talk to every day. There's plenty of opportunity. You'll see in what we call industry reports called LIMRA, annuity sales have surpassed and breaking records year after year because of this large influx of folks needing protected retirement savings and guaranteed income solutions. So plenty of people to talk to. What we would call a very wide open blue ocean for you. With that, what are the challenges that clients are facing? Well, the top three is rising inflation, market downturns, and living longer. But how much of an impact is rising inflation? Let's take a look at a slide from the fourth quarter 2024 guide to the markets from JP Morgan Asset Management. Think about this. Volatility in the market is easy to feel and even see it. Rising interest rates, rising and decreasing interest rates, they're easy to feel and see. However, there's a silent killer, and what we would call that inflation. It's more gradual and it sneaks up on us. Now, when you think of the 1980s, what do you think of? Yes, for those that have been around, big hair, right? But back then, think about what other things that were big in relation to the market and interest rates. 1981, there was a big return on treasuries, 15%. What was the real return? 6%. The real return was 6% because of why? Inflation. It snuck up on us. Now, going forward, take a look at this slide at the very right-hand side, back in just a couple months ago, October 31st. Treasuries were a high of 4.28, but the real return was only 1.02. Why? Because inflation was 3.26. In reality, clients tend to go conservative when they retire, right? They want to diversify into more fixed income away from the stock market because of the volatility. But inflation is eating us alive. How can we prevent that? How can we help our clients protect themselves from the silent killer? Well, you might have seen a peek at my next slide here. Corebridge, has a client-approved white paper. This is a 6-page, easy read, and available electronically for you to share with your clients. If you're having difficulties presenting an annuity concept for the clients to buy in on that, please use this white paper as a follow-up piece for clients to really understand the risks that they're taking on their shoulders. And in reality, how it talks about, by the way, authors are Dr. Finke, Dr. Fowl, very well known in the industry, professors of wealth management, and they're in their own practice as well with clients. But they write in here, accepting investment risk obviously has historically provided higher returns in the past over the long run, and that will eventually outpace inflation. But remember, risk does involve the possibility of loss, which our retirees aren't wanting to have more risk in retirement. And of course, past performance of the market is not indicative of future results. So what it points out, an investment loss early in retirement can be impactful, and they may require a cut in spending to help ensure that the money will last. Take a look at this. It's called sequence of returns. As we're growing our retirement savings in the 0 through 30 years, that's indicated on this bar chart, it doesn't matter how volatile the market was, because we're dollar cost averaging in, we're contributing to our savings. But the moment we retire, year 31, we stop contributing, but instead we're in the distribution phase. The first 3 years are the most vulnerable to sequence of return risk. What sequence of return? Basically, it refers to the order of positive or negative investment returns and how those returns might impact overall their savings to last as long as they do. So if we can see here, if the markets impacted those first 3 years of retirement and we're taking distributions, you could see this has a negative impact of risking how long our retirement savings are going to last 10 years, 20 years later, 30 years later, if we so happen to reach into the 80s and 90s, if we're so fortunate enough. So once distribution begins, a sequence is critical. So what's the solution here? Well, the white paper tells us a retiree can help feel more confident about investing for greater long-term growth potential by positioning part, not all, part of their overall retirement portfolio in annuity with lifetime income benefits that will protect a portion of their spending no matter how the markets perform. Reggie's going to share, actually shared an inflation white paper link, digital link in the organizer and panel chat. So Tim, if you're available to do and share that to the audience, please do so, because this is a great piece. And it doesn't brag on Corbridge products. It just talks about reality, inflation, and managing that in retirement with an annuity. At the end of the day,
we'll definitely get that sent out to everybody after this, and we'll get that tool and resource to them for sure.
Perfect, perfect. At the end of the day, clients don't want to take on more risk in retirement. 62% don't want to lose more than 5% of their assets, and 30% say they don't want to lose any. So what are Corbridge solutions? How can we position, or what kind of strengths does a fixed index annuity can offer our clients for their savings and income? I'm going to transition this presentation to allow Reggie to contribute. While I manage the slides, let's take it on for the next slide. And Reggie, take it away. How does FIAs add certainty to clients' retirement savings foundation?
Thank you, Terica. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me on. My name is Reggie Washington, Regional Director with Terica here on the West. So how are FIAs going to add certainty to our client retirement savings foundation? What you see in front of you is what we call the risk tolerance pyramid. It's built up of the 3 different risk tolerances. You have aggressive at the top with stocks, moderate in the middle with bonds, and conservative at the bottom with CDs, money markets, fixed annuities, and indexed annuities. And what index annuities are going to provide our clients with is growth potential to help them combat costs in this rising inflation market that we're in. Now you're probably saying, well, Reggie, you're showing me the risk tolerance pyramid, and index annuities are in the conservative level, so I'm not going to be making as much money as my stocks and my bonds. I'm going to be right in line with CDs, money markets, and cash under the mattress. But in reality, on the other hand, what you see here is the growth potential that we have. You'll notice that fixed index annuities sit right in between stocks and bonds. So again, giving your clients the protection like they're used to seeing at the bank, right? You can't lose any money in any negative markets inside the index annuities, while in turn giving them the growth potential like they're used to seeing in their 401ks or other investments. Now, we're going to do that within 3 different chassis that we have available. We have 2 available for growth and accumulation, which is the Power Select Builder. And then we have the Power Select Builder 8, which also focuses on accumulation with a 10% premium enhancement without a living benefit rider. And last but not least, we have the Power Select Plus Income, which offers the choice of 2 guaranteed living benefit riders that we'll go into in a few slides. Offering our clients more income utilizing our guaranteed living benefits, we're going to go over the Lifetime Income Plus Flex and our Lifetime Income Plus Multiplier Flex. Let's kick it off with the Lifetime Income Plus Flex we have. That's going to provide our clients a guaranteed annual 8.5% income credit until the lifetime income benefit is activated. Where on the other hand, you have the Lifetime Income Plus Multiplier Flex, where instead of an 8.5% income credit, what it provides is a potential rising income throughout retirement utilizing the credits from the strategy selected, for example, like the S&P 500. In accumulation, you'll get a double, and when you're taking income, that credit, that positive credit will match. Each rider is going to give you the flexibility when life changes. So giving you flexibility on adding a joint life if you get married after you open the contract. In the unfortunate event that the breadwinning spouse passes away and the client needs a single life instead of joint, they could switch it from single life to joint. You can start or stop income as often as you please. Now let's take a look at how our 8.5% growth works in the annual income credit. So in this hypothetical example, we're utilizing $100,000. We have no income activation or withdrawals for the first 10 contract years with the 8.5% credit with issue at age 65, or with income contract issued at age 65 with a 0% interest. But what you see here is the 8.5% rising for 10 years and the client activating income. But in reality, your clients can defer income as long as they please, and they still receive the 8.5% credit, regardless if it's 10, 12, 15 years, 20 years, your client will continue to get that credit until they activate lifetime income. Now, here's our withdrawal rates. It's going to lock in your withdrawal rate when you purchase the contract, or the age of the covered person at the first withdrawal. And let's take a look at age 65. One covered person is going to be 7.30%. So with our living benefits, we don't, or with the lifetime income contract, we do not offer a bonus, which allows us the opportunity to give your clients higher withdrawal benefits. Again, we have one covered single life at 7.30%, but you'll notice we also have two covered persons joint life. You could add joint life coverage to qualified and non-qualified money. If your clients have an IRA and they're looking to add joint life and continue that, you can do that. 8 out of 10 advisors out there don't know that they could show and illustrate joint life on qualified money. So this can definitely give you a leg up if your clients love their spouse to potentially get them some extra brownie points with their spouse, but most importantly, cover both lives. With the Lifetime Income Plus Flex, we're going to provide that rising income base guarantee of 8.5%. In this scenario, what we have is $100,000 going in at age 65. No lifetime income or withdrawals for the first 6 contract years. You'll notice once we get to age 71, our client's going to be able to take single life $12,231, joint life $11,476.
Hey, Reggie, can you go back to that previous slide real quick?
Sure.
Hey, so I just want to bring your attention. So if you have a client that has $100,000 at age 65, they can get $7,300 for life. So compare that to what an investment advisor is able to do on a drawdown. They're definitely not going to be in the 7s. Likely most of them aren't showing 6s. They're going to be in the 4s and the 5s. So when you get to that income phase, if they need immediate income, 7.3 benefit rate, A-rated carrier, we're going to tell you about a lot of extras, but I just didn't want that to get glossed over. That is a huge immediate income. And right now it's a perfect time for FIAs because you can beat what we can do with drawdowns. Again, that's guaranteed for life. And then as you see, it's grown at 8.5%. So if they've got a little bit of time, huge growth potential. So thank you for letting me just point that out there. But I think that 7.3 immediate income on a 65-year-old, guys, that is really, really competitive.
Thank you, Tim.
Hey, Tim and Reggie, I just wanted to point out, just to reiterate something that Reggie said about joint life income. We found presenting over the years to agents and financial advisors that are security licensed, 8 out of 10 don't realize you can have a joint income on an IRA. That means 8 out of 10 advisors are presenting, if they present an income solution with an annuity, they only present single life. But once again, if that client loves their spouse and they make financial decisions together, what a way to win up one on competition. When another agent is in the mix, you present both options for your clients. And right now, Corebridge is offering one of the highest payouts for joint life. As Tim noted, if both spouses were 65 and needed income, 6.8% for both lives on one IRA. This is easy to do by just selecting the secondary spouse and putting them as a primary beneficiary. Very easy to do, and lifetime income on both lives. And if life changes, we have the Flex Rider that automatically included allows the client to change it from a joint to a single if the income hadn't been activated, if there's a death or divorce. So a lot of flexibility here, an opportunity to be a step ahead of the next agent or advisor.
Thank you, everyone. So we went over the lifetime income plus flex. Now let's talk a little bit about the lifetime income plus multiplier flex. So again, unlike the lifetime income plus flex with the 8.5% growth, what the multiplier has is a multiplier effect. So before your clients are taking income, any credits from the strategies, for example, like the S&P 500, will double towards interest earned for their income later. Once the income rider is activated and your clients are taking their lifetime income, the double goes away, but they still have the multiplier effect where they get the match. So as long as they're getting positive credits from their strategies while taking income, those positive credits will be matched to show a rising income even after income activation begins. Here's the income table for the lifetime income plus multiplier flex. Let's take a look at age 65 again. You'll notice this time that the income is a little bit lower than the lifetime income plus with the guaranteed 8.5%. We've seen in time that this one could have the potential to outpace the 8.5% guaranteed growth and still having that opportunity to get the credits and the income growth after turning on income can potentially help your clients outpace the lifetime income plus flex and provide more lifetime income in retirement.
Reggie, I have a question. Why
Yes,
would I
ma'am.
choose the multiplier over the lifetime income plus flex?
Well, sometimes we deal with, the way I look at it is we deal with two different types of clients. You have the investors who want to know, who are excited about the market, who are excited about the moves in the market. Maybe they're the ones that go to Vegas and enjoy their time there. And then you have your savers. Your savers want to know everything that's happening every step of the way, and they want certainty. The lifetime income plus flex with the 8.5% growth for those savers can give them certainty, give them something that they can discover on their own. They can go out there and sell it for you and provide, giving their friends a simple math on the 8.5% growth. Whereas our investors may have a little bit more faith in the market or may have a little bit more risk to put on the table to get that potential higher growth in the lifetime income plus flex by utilizing the multiplier feature.
But there's no risk to the multiplier, right?
No risk to the multiplier.
And so it goes up from 6.55 at age 65. It can go increase as interest increases on the performance.
That is correct.
Wonderful.
Now, another feature that comes with this product is our enhanced income benefit rider. What this is an income doubler. So for your clients that are confined to a qualified facility for 90 days or more, will qualify to utilize and activate this rider. For example, let's say the maximum issue age for this rider is age 78. We have a 78-year-old, and they understand and know that they are uninsurable with linked products. Well, this here can provide them what they need if they know that they're going to be confined to a facility eventually, right? If they turn 78, if they're 78 by the contract and all of a sudden age 80, they're confined to a qualified facility. Now they have the opportunity to take 200% of their lifetime income, their maximum annual withdrawal amount, for 5 years or until the contract runs zero, whichever happens first. But the great thing about it is that once the enhanced income runs out, your clients will still receive their regular lifetime income as long as they're living.
Does the client have to qualify for certain health?
The client does not have to qualify for certain health. As long as they're of age to purchase the product, they're good to go.
Awesome. So no, they can be uninsurable, and they could buy it at age 78, and 2 years later, they're confined, and they could get double their income?
Yep, for 5 years or until the contract runs to zero, and then they continue to receive the regular lifetime income as long as their heart's beat.
Wonderful.
Hey, one quick question on this, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer to it, but that's a one-time turn on, right? So they're going to want to make sure, like if somebody gets in a car accident and, they have an injury, maybe they're confined to a long-term care facility, but after 6 months, they've got a full recovery. That's not what this should be used for, right? It's more for that longer-term confinement, or is there ability to turn this off and on?
There is availability to turn this off and on. That's the beauty of it. For example, after 90 days being in the qualified facility, we turned it on, right? And 6 months, or let's say 1 year, they're confined. So they get double their payout for that 1 year, and then they're outside of their qualified facility. In turn, they could then thereafter turn it off and bank the remaining 4 out of the 5 years. Now remember, the other part of it is until the contract depletes. So if it goes to a zero contract value, it will then go back to, whether that happens first or the 5th year happens first, it will go back to the regular payout of the income rider. In addition, what if we had a joint life, whether it was on an IRA or non-qualified? Let's say a year later, the spouse, unfortunately, after being confined, is no longer with us. But the surviving spouse then shortly thereafter goes into confined care. They, in turn, have the 4 remaining years or until contract depletion of that income doubler. So it's nice to know that it's not a one-time usage only.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you for that clarification. So that's actually an even added benefit that you can turn it off and on, and it's not just a one time on this product. So that's another differentiator for Corebridge and the Power Select Income when you're looking at positioning this with your clients.
So now we talked about how we're protecting your clients' assets and how we can provide them a lifetime income stream they won't outlive. Let's talk about how we're growing your clients' assets. We're growing your clients' assets through 6 different indices. We have what everybody knows out there, the S&P 500, where we have a cap and a unique trigger strategy, the Russell 2000, the ABL Markets Index, the ML Strategic Balance Index, the PIMCO Global Optima Index, and last but not least, which a lot of our investment advisors know about, is the Dimensional U.S. Foundation Index, built up of stocks, bonds, and commodities. So as I mentioned, with our S&P 500, it's very familiar to everybody, right? Our clients read about it in the paper. They see the ticker symbol when they're watching the morning news. We have an annual point-to-point currently above 100,000 at 9.5% for our Power Select Builder. Now, we also told you that we had the annual point-to-point performance trigger. For those of you that don't know what a performance trigger does, is it's capped at 7.30%. So all the S&P has to do is return flat or anything positive to get the 7.30% return, whether it's 1%, 2%, 3%. As long as you get a return, your clients are going to hit that 7.30% cap, regardless how high the return was, which is very unique to us. and makes us unique in the market is a lot of other providers do not have the performance trigger strategy. So if your clients feel that going into this next, or no, going into this, we're in 2025 now with the inauguration coming up, the turmoil that we're having in the world, we could potentially see lower performing markets as we've seen in past history. And if that's the case and our clients and agents have that sentiment, then the trigger can actually give those clients a leg up if we are running into low single digit performing markets.
So Reggie, what if the S&P only did 2% and we were in the performance trigger? What would we get?
7.3.
Wow. So if the S&P is, what about if the S&P was at zero growth year to year?
As long as the S&P did not return negative, you're still going to get your 7.30% cap.
That's awesome. Great to know.
And because we don't offer our bonuses, you notice that our rates are going to be a little bit higher when it comes to accumulation and income. Now, I think one thing that sets us apart is being able to provide your clients a renewal rate history that provides 91% of our contracts had renewed at or within 50 basis points of where they started. So keeping our clients very, very close to where they start for the surrender period selected. So not leading our clients with a carrot on a stick and hoping for the best, but actually being able to provide your clients with the best, some of the best renewal rates that we've seen. Now, this is where you're going to find all the information at your fingertips. No username needed, no password. You can go to www.corebridgefinancial.com/MSG for the Power Series of Index Annuities Power Select Playbook. Here you'll have all of the consumer brochures. We'll have the agents feature at a glance, along with all of our rate flyers. Everything here stays current and is always updated as we update our systems. Last but not least, our Elite Producer Compensation Program. Now, this is a program that we have for rewarding some of our producers here. It's not available within a broker dealer. What it is tiered compensation. So starting from 0 all the way to 4, once you hit $1 million, you'll hit tier 1, which give you an additional 50 basis point compensation on any sales between $1 million and $3 million. Once you reach 3 million, then you'll reach tier 2 and receive 75 basis points on top of extra commission from 3 million to 5 million. Once you get to tier 3, 1.25 from 5 to 10, and tier 4 will give you 1.5% additional compensation for sales of 10 million plus.
So Reggie, what happens if I reached a tier last year? What happens this year? Do I have to start all over?
Well, it kind of works like your airline miles, right? If we hit our airline miles in 2024, those rewards carry over into 2025 until the end of the year. Well, our Elite Producer Compensation Program is going to work exactly the same. So if, let's say, and you locked into tier 1 this year, that's where you're going to begin next year.
Awesome. So I don't have to start over at 0 the following year.
No,
I can stay at the same tier if I've reached tier 1 at 50 basis points on all my production throughout the next year.
That is correct.
It's great to hear.
And last but not least, your trusty team, Ms. Terica Novak, our first presenter, and myself, Reggie Washington, for a picture from my high school senior yearbook.
So Tim, in summary, we really appreciate the time being able to present in front of your agents today. Corebridge is known for 3 things: limitless income benefit riders that provide solutions for clients who are looking for guarantees and or clients that are looking to have more performance-based growth. Second is our high interest crediting rates offered on our S&P cap and our performance trigger, and competitive risk managed strategies, phenomenal brand names like dimensional funds. And then third, our renewal rate integrity. 91% of the time, we're going to renew at the new business issued rate, or no more than or less than 50 basis points difference. We are looking forward to making this a successful year with your agents in 2025, and we hope to be engaging with all of you soon. I'll hand it back over to Tim.
Fantastic, guys. I do appreciate it. So we've got a couple minutes here left for questions. I'm going to launch a couple polls here. The first one is what percentages of your cases in 2024 were income related? We've got 3 easy options there for you. Go ahead and wake up those mice and get a vote in there. I see a few of them flying in. Thank you very much. While everybody's voting on this poll, if you do have any questions, again, go ahead and toss that in there. I'm going to give you about 5 seconds on this poll, and then I'm going to do one more, and I've got a question for the team. So we'll close that one. The next question, and I hope there'd be lots of yeses on this if you've made it all the way through the presentation, and that is, would you like more information on Corebridge Power Select Income? Huge, huge rates. We've got commission bonuses. We've got doublers, growing income, level income. So when it comes to solving those 4.1 million retirees at 60, or million people turning 65, likely many of them retiring or getting ready to retire, this would be a great product for them on that. All right, I do have a question from the group here real quick, and that is, what is the minimum amount that we can put into this product?
That'd be 25,000.
Fantastic. And then the other last question I had, unless anything else pops up, it'll probably be the last one. So, how many state state availability? Are there any states that this product isn't available in?
I want to say Idaho.
And New York.
And New York. Yes, definitely New York.
Yeah, so New York was the one that I knew. We'll have to check on Idaho to see, but we're at 48, 49 state approvals. So if you're not in New York, chances are this is going to be a good one for you. We'll check on Idaho. With that, any last remarks, Reggie or Terica? Looks like the questions have ended, and I don't have any more polls, so I think it's about time to wrap it up and let everybody get to their Tuesday. But final thoughts here.
Think about Corebridge. We'd love to hear from you, and we can be reached at our team email, annuitywest@Corebridge Financial, or talk to your IMS marketer like Tim and his team. They're so efficient, and again, what I love about them is that when you call them, there's always a live person that picks up the phone. Not many offices can say that, but that's what I love about IMS, in addition to all their additional support. Thank you, Tim.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Everybody, we'll be getting you those resources sent out in a follow-up of this meeting. Definitely would love to work some illustrations and see if we can help get your clients in a great guaranteed income for life scenario. With that, everybody have a great day. Bye now.